Welcome back, guys, and thank you for your patience as we set up this great display. I'm really excited about my last guest today. We have Colleen Zeitz and Kazu Kibuishi from the Rhode Island Festival of Children's Books and Authors. Well, Colleen's from the festival, and Kazu is actually a writer and illustrator that we have that's going to be attending the festival as well. So we're really excited to have you guys. Thank you for taking some time out of your very busy days to visit with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, no, we're so happy to. And the event is this weekend.
It is. It's on. There's Friday night. There's going to be a play by Bill Harley, who's going to come by tomorrow, and you get to have a sampling of how amazing he is. And then he wrote Dirty Joe the Pirate, which is a fantastic, really fun book. And most of the event happens on Saturday, the 13th.
Okay. And yes, as Colleen was saying, Bill Harley will actually be on GoLocal Live tomorrow at 4. We're not really sure what he's going to do. I don't know. He's going to surprise us with something. He's going to be performing, maybe doing some comedy.
He does many things.
Maybe just talking. Yeah,
music, everything.
He's like a Rhode Island legend. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
He's got 2 Grammys, I think. And
so true.
Just
so true.
Very, very well-rounded guy. So we're excited to have him on tomorrow, to say the least. So he'll be attending the festival, which is great. And he's attended before.
Yes,
as I'm sure.
And the play is his play that he wrote. It's going to be the premiere of it. So.
And the play is at Lincoln School as well. And the girls from Lincoln School are in the play.
It's actually from the GAM Theater.
Oh.
It's a collaboration.
Okay.
So they're going to be performing it at Lincoln School.
Perfect. All right. So tell us a little bit about the festival and how it got started. What year are we in now?
This is the 14th year that it's been run by the people who are running it right now. It also existed 10 years before that. So there's many people who've been to the festival over the years. And the important thing to let people know is that it's actually really fun. It's because the presentations are done by authors like Kazu here, who, people love Kazu's books. Like when they heard he was coming or they see his books at our display, they're just like start screaming or they're so excited. I mean, many authors have fans, but Kazu has super fans.
Super fans.
And all of the authors do presentations, and the authors are all just fantastic storytellers. So it's not like a dull lecture, but they talk about their process and their, what they drew like when they were young, things like that.
Yeah, I'll be painting live. I'll do a live painting demonstration as well. So.
I would love to see that.
Live painting. Oh, that's awesome. And so when you get there, admission is $5, right?
Correct.
So not going to break the bank.
Absolutely.
And you attend, and it's broken out by author, and they're doing readings, they're doing meet and greets, answering questions.
You can buy books, you can get them signed. There's face painting, there's crafts, there's food trucks, there's musical performances. So you can come and spend a good amount of time. There's activities meant for kids. A lot of teachers and librarians come, and they're excited to meet authors who they've been reading for years.
Oh, of course, and I'm sure checking out books to many children for years as well.
Absolutely.
So talk to me a little bit about, obviously the importance of getting kids excited about reading is pretty well known, but is that sort of the goal of this festival? What are the goals here? What are we hoping comes out of this?
Our goal is, to reach out to the community from Lincoln School, to get kids a chance to meet someone like Kazu. Like, here's this amazing person who, as a kid maybe liked to draw like they did or was interested in writing, and just to see what's possible. And so to feel like, one example is a colleague of mine brought her son to the festival, and he heard Kazu speak and got so excited, even though he wasn't excited about readings before. Paul said, please, could we buy his books? And his mom was like, yes. And, it helped him become a reader, it made a difference in his life.
Yeah, so, I'm sure because of all the different authors there, it's going to resonate. One of the books is going to resonate. And it's really all ages. There's children's books, that are for younger kids, and obviously something like Amulet, which Kazu is your book, that's maybe a little more young adults for reading.
It's all ages.
Oh, it's all ages. Okay.
Right from when you start reading, you can start pretty early. It is a middle grade book.
Okay.
So typically, my publisher will say that it's for readers between the ages of 8 and 12.
Okay.
But I write them for the grandparents as much as I do for the parents, as much as I do for the kids, and for people who don't read at all. So it's really to just give somebody, a whole family, something to share.
And so speaking of inspiring children to read, what inspired you as a child to get into graphic novels and writing and illustrating as a whole?
As a kid, I think it was Garfield.
Oh, yeah.
And as a college student, I read Hayao Miyazaki's Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind. He's a filmmaker who did a comic book on the side, and I read that particular book, and I thought I'd like to do that sometime in my life. Bone by Jeff Smith, which is also published by Scholastic. I read those, and I thought, I read Nausicaa and Bone, and I thought, oh man, I'd really like to give this a try. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So
and I have to ask, do you consider yourself more of an illustrator or more of a writer? If you had to pick.
Both.
Okay, 50-50 split down the middle. Fair enough. I just thought I would ask. And now you actually, interesting tidbit in your bio, you illustrated the 15th anniversary Harry Potter Scholastic books, which is pretty cool. And what was, what's the most memorable illustration from that you did, or?
The first one that I did, that Scholastic liked, was the one for Prisoner of Azkaban, and that was the easiest one for me to do. I knew which image I had to do. The one that I think I like the most personally is for Half-Blood Prince.
Okay.
And I don't think it's the most showy or impressive of the series, but it's the one that I don't know, it speaks to me. So that's probably my personal favorite.
Okay. Did you ever get to chat with J.K. Rowling at any point during the process?
No. Actually, yeah.
But do she obviously saw them, I would assume, or had to approve them in some way. So she approves you silently. That's
yes.
good. That's fun. And so you guys brought me a bunch of books, and I'm sure these are all participants of the festival.
Yes.
So let's kind of walk through what we have here and who's attending.
Rosemary Wells, this one's Voyage to the Bunny Planet, and she's written a bunch of Max and Ruby books, so books for young kids that are extremely popular. Though she's also written some middle grade novels as well.
Okay.
Here we have The Three Pigs by David Wiesner. David Wiesner is one of the only 2 people who've won 2 Caldecott medals, so his books are just gorgeous, and he's a great presenter, really interesting. This is Kelly Murphy did the illustration for this book, and she's a RISD professor, so she's a local artist.
Awesome.
And
This
Dreamers.
is beautiful too.
This is really beautiful. Some people think
I'll
that's
hold
going
this
to win
up.
the Caldecott, which is the big picture award this year. It's Yuji Morales, and it's about being an immigrant, which
Wow.
she was, and so it's really
beautiful
got
book.
beautiful artwork and just really an important sentiment right now.
Yeah, of course.
And Kevin Henkes is like a really wonderful, fantastic, that we're just so excited he'll be here. So Lily's Purple Plastic Purse is one of his
cute.
favorite books, and he is
my daughter's favorite author.
Yes.
Oh, they're not you. Dang it.
Second favorite, come on.
I don't think I'm considered an author.
No, that's, okay. Well, still, it must sting.
No, I'm their favorite dad. No, thank you.
There you go. That's the real award. And so this is, a family event. Bring the whole family. Make a day of it. There's food trucks I saw.
Yes.
And there are a couple different is there a class I think I saw about for 10-year-olds?
There's a cartooning workshop taught by Tim Jones, who's a local cartoonist whose cartoons appear in local papers, so he's going to be here. We're going to have a book drive. To support Books Are Wings. Some of the authors who are here are going to different schools, so we just really connect to other schools.
Yeah.
We give out free passes to some underserved schools, and some of our sponsors let us be able to buy books, which we give to underserved
great.
schools. So it's a real connection to the whole community.
Yeah, so I saw the admission price, like I said, is low, and that's really just to kind of cover yourselves for the day. But if you do, if there's still room for sponsorship, I don't know. But you were saying something really nice, which is that you do give books to those who may not be able to afford them, and tickets to those who may not be able to afford them. So I'm sure if there's anyone in that situation who really wants to attend,
yeah, we're so grateful
they can
to
reach
the
out to you
organizations that sponsor us,
yeah.
and we always would love to hear from more.
Yeah, because it's just so important to keep kids into books now that everybody's got iPads and phones and everything else. It's just, there's nothing like a good book. And
Absolutely.
it's so important to keep that going. So we thank you, and we thank the authors as well for taking time out of their very busy schedules to come here, and from Seattle. That's as far away as you can get in the U.S. at least, and come here and talk with kids. So it's really important, and we thank you guys for being on the show.
And thank you so much for letting us share information about this with your audience.
No, appreciate you guys being here so much. So we hope you guys check out the Rhode Island Festival of Children's Books and Authors. What's the acronym for that?
We don't have one. We want to make you say the whole
The
thing.
world's longest name. We hope you guys check it out on this coming Saturday, so a couple days away. Hopefully the weather stays this nice. Not that it matters, it's inside, but you know, just to get people out there. And so it's at the Lincoln School, you know, park in the Lincoln School parking lot. Anything else? Anybody
Or in the neighborhood, yeah. And if you go to the
know?
website, you can see the schedule of events and details there.
Yeah, but go for the whole day. Read some
Absolutely.
books. Get your books signed. It's going to be awesome. So we thank you guys for tuning in to hear about the festival and to hear about all of our other guests we had today. And we hope everybody stays dry for Hurricane Michael. We're hoping we don't get washed away. We'll be clear by Saturday. So I think today and tomorrow we're potentially going to wash away. We don't really know. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back next Thursday to talk more about what's cool in Rhode Island.